I want to know why people spend money on a cryptocurrency that started out as a joke and is based upon a Doge meme from 2013. Not even a month ago, on December 20, one Dogecoin was worth $0.003903. And when filming this video, which is January 15, 2021, one Dogecoin is worth $0.009563. And it may not seem much, but the price suddenly increased by 145% in not even 1 month. And to paint you a picture, this means if you invested $100 worth of Dogecoin a month ago, those same Dogecoins would be worth $245 today. It would be the same thing if you invested $10,000 a month ago into Dogecoin, and those $10,000 would be worth $24,500 today. The Dogecoin subreddit is going crazy, and every YouTube video on Dogecoin is popping off. People comments mostly around the lines of Doge to the moon. They said it's a meme coin, but we never know how far it goes. I just bought $100 at $0.0083 and currently mining it. Whatever happens, it's okay. I invested $20 in it today. Road to $1, baby. Hold, don't sell. So I truly believe it's fun and exciting to share these moments with your friends. I want to point out two things I believe are good to know when you're buying Dogecoin. So the first thing you should know is that buying Dogecoins has more similarities with gambling than investing.
All in.
And I don't mean that as a bad thing, because gambling can be fun and entertaining if you're not overly obsessed by the game, of course. And you make sure you play with money you won't lose sleep over if you were suddenly to lose it. And I probably would have said the same thing about Bitcoin years ago. The big difference with Bitcoin nowadays in comparison to years ago is that its market cap grew tremendously. A few days ago, it even surpassed Facebook's market cap. The bigger the market cap becomes, the less likely it will suddenly disappear by some random event. Furthermore, in 2020, we saw more and more companies and investment organizations investing in Bitcoin. And don't get me wrong, many people and businesses still consider Bitcoin a risky asset. Therefore, you see these investment companies only allocating 0.5% or only 1% of their portfolio to Bitcoin. But still, allocating 1% of billions of dollars is $10 million. The thing is, I don't see these big companies investing in Dogecoin. So me myself, I have 22% of my investment portfolio in Bitcoin and a little of it in Ethereum. I consider 22% already pretty high. But since I'm still pretty young and I don't need that money for years to come, I take my chances. And most of my investments are in the Vanguard S&P 500 index fund though. I still have around 60% of my total net worth in several bank accounts, in cash. My idea is to have it the other way around. More invested instead of more money in my bank accounts. I do want to keep at least 6 months or so of living expenses saved up if my business stops performing for whatever reason. So my business is selling these 4 self-published books about puppy training. Pretty fun, right? So last year in 2020, I made close to $300,000 in revenue selling these 4 books. So coming back to the gambling thing when buying Dogecoin, I genuinely believe that you can compare it with gambling. And it doesn't mean you can make money with it. You can. But in my opinion, the chances of making profits with Dogecoin or any other altcoin is less likely to happen than when purchasing the most popular crypto, Bitcoin. And again, there's nothing wrong with gambling with a couple of dollars, especially if you still live with your parents and practically have no monthly fixed cost whatsoever. So the second thing I want to point out, besides that I believe that you compare buying Dogecoin with gambling, is that if your idea is in life to become rich, so you won't have to work that 9-to-5 job your whole life, you eventually need to do other stuff besides buying lottery tickets. Yes, of course, lottery tickets can make you rich. But do you know a single person who ever won millions of dollars with a lottery ticket? Or by buying speculative cryptocurrencies? Yes, of course. I also read jealous-making Reddit stories of people making millions or maybe thousands of dollars with buying altcoins. But sadly, that doesn't mean it is likely to happen to you or to me. And just to paint you a real-life picture, let's say when you start working, you earn $50,000 per year. And for example, you have $2,500 on expenses every single month for rent, food and other stuff. This means your total cost for the entire year will be $30,000. Therefore, you only have $20,000 left over to save and invest in assets that will earn you money later on. And let's say that your plan is to invest $15,000 every single year in stocks or whatever. The idea here is to eventually quit your job a little bit sooner than the standard retirement age in your country, right? Who wants to feel obligated to work their entire life? And to make it easy, let's guess you'll make a 7% return on your investments every single year. So $15,000 divided by 12 months is $1,250, meaning you can invest that number every single month. By 10 years, you only have $213,814.66. It's still $63,814 more than if you were to just save that $1,250 every month instead of investing it. So if you were to start by making these investments by the age of 25, you still could not retire when you're 35, 10 years later. Remember, you only have $213,814.66. Of course, it depends on how much money you need every month and where you live in the world, but my wild guess is that you can't retire from that dollar amount. In 20 years, when you're already old, 45 years old, and you still make the same investment contribution every single month, you'll have $634,420. You still cannot retire probably. A quick calculation to know what number you should aim for to have invested is what you think you want to receive in dollar amounts every single month and multiply that number by 400. So if you wish to receive $2,500 per month from your investments, you should aim for a total number of dollars invested of $1 million. Because 400 times $2,500 is $1 million. This 400 multiplier is one way of calculating this number. It's also the multiplier I use for the dollar number I'm aiming for in my life. By the time you turn 50, if you were to start at age 25 with $1,250 per month attributions, you'll reach the goal of having $1 million invested. Yeah! And of course you already know this, but there are no guarantees in investing. So the 7% is just a speculative thing, of course. And if you don't want to wait until the age of 50 before you can finally say your boss, you quit, you need to come up with a different strategy. You can either make way more money than $50,000 per year, so you're able to invest more money and therefore can quit your job sooner, and or you can spend less to have more money left over to invest. You can also choose to buy lottery tickets like you're doing now with Dogecoin. Of course, lottery tickets can make you very rich, but there's a higher chance of losing all your money. And if you lose most of your money when you're 18 years old, there's no big deal, since you have plenty of time left to make up for it. But when you lose all your money when you're 35 years old, that's a different story. And the sooner you understand the best ways to grow your wealth, the faster you reach it. So again, I'm definitely not here to hate on you buying Dogecoin. I think it's a cool crypto, and who doesn't love dogs, right?
Whoa!
But the only purpose of this video is to just sketch some scenarios for you. So suppose I piqued your interest in quitting your job sooner rather than later. In that case, I can suggest you join some of the subreddits to learn more about the topics of becoming financially independent or building a business for yourself. I suggest to check out the FIRE subreddit. FIRE stands for Financial Independence and Retiring Early. Suppose you're thinking of starting your own business to make more money than the average person. In that case, you can join the Entrepreneurship subreddit, or the Just Start subreddit, or the Passive Income subreddit. Another smart thing to do is to start reading some books. And I suggest you start by reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book is about what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. So that's all I got to say for today's video. Hopefully you didn't take this the wrong way, as I don't want to spoil your joy by buying Dogecoin. Again, please do so by all means, but just remember the two things I pointed out in this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, so I know I need to make more videos like this. Also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every week I publish 2 new videos, on Mondays and Thursdays. Lastly, I've added 2 videos here to talk about my business and how I got started with my online business. Please check them out. And in case you don't know, I self-published these 4 books and now sell them online. Last year, in 2020, I made close to $300,000 in revenue selling these 4 books. That's around $25,000 per month. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I see you next time. Bye bye.